Hey guys, good morning. I want to take a minute and just kind of introduce the last part of MD5C, which is finding the volume of composite figures. So you might be thinking, what's a composite figure? Well, I'm so glad that you asked. I have two drawn on the anchor chart right here. So basically, these are just shapes that are composed or made up of rectangular prisms that are different sizes and they're put together. So I'm going to break apart. That's basically how you're going to do this. You're going to break these down, the composite figures down into rectangular prisms, find the volume of the rectangular prisms, and then add those together. So if I'm looking at my first shape here, there's more than one way you can do this. You could come straight across here and find the volume of the bottom rectangular prism and then the top and add them together, or I can come straight down the front here, which is actually what I'm going to do. Either way you do it, you'll get the same answer. So I'm going to break this into a back rectangular prism and a front rectangular prism. And then I'm just going to use the information that I've been given to find the volume of each rectangular prism and then add them together to get a combined volume. So in the back rectangular prism, I have a height of 4. I have a width of 2. Notice I'm using the width of 2 and not the width of 4. That's because the width of 4 is for the entire base here, and we only need part of it. So I have a height of 2, or height of 4, a width of 2, and a length of 7, because the entire composite figure has the same length, which is 7. So I'm just going to multiply those numbers together. 4 times 2 times 7, and I'm going to get 4 times 2 is 8, and 8 times 7 is 56. That's going to be centimeters cubed, because my unit of measurement is centimeters and it's volume, so it's going to be cubed. I'm going to actually label that rectangle A, and so this is the volume of rectangle A, or rectangular prism A, and then I'm going to label this one B. Okay, so now I'm going to find the volume of the front rectangular prism. So I need to figure out what is my height here. Again, I'm not going to use this 4 for my height because I'm not that tall. The front box is not that tall. So over here, I can see a height of 2, a width of 2, and again, a length of 7. So I'm going to do 2 times 2 times 7. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 7 is 28 centimeters cubed. I'm going to then add those two together to get the volume of the composite shape. So 8 and 6 make 14. 5 and 2 make 7, plus 1 makes 8. We have 84 centimeters cubed. And that is the volume of the entire composite shape. Hope that makes sense. If it doesn't, you've got one more to look at. I want you to notice that these two composite figures are the last two questions on your study guide, which is what you're going to be working on completing today. They are the most challenging question on the study guide, so I just wanted to double dip here a little bit. I'm using it to intro the standard, and you can reference this back to check and see if you have the correct volume for both of those shapes. I would encourage you to try it on your own and see if you come up with the same thing I did. The second shape that we're looking at, again, you're going to choose how you break it down. I can break it down here, or I can break it down here. And it really doesn't matter which way you do it. I'm going to do this one just because it looks like it might make the most sense to me. But you can do it any way you like. So I'm going to do the back and the front. So this back box here has a height. That's a really crooked line. Let me fix that. Okay, so we have a height of 4 and a width of 11. Well, let's see, that would be a height and a length of 11 and then a width of 3. So I'm going to end up with 4 times 11, which is 44, and then 44 times 3. I have to do some side work for that. 132. So that's 132, and that's going to be inches cubed, because inches is my unit of measurement and it's volume, so it's going to be cubed. For my front box here, I'm going to have to think just a little bit. Let me see if I can sit. Yes, if I sit, you can see me. Okay, so the only thing that's tricky about the composite shapes is that sometimes they don't label the sides exactly like you need them, and you have to think about it a little bit. So right here, I can see that the height of the front box is the same as the back box, so it's going to be 4. Okay, I can see that the length of the front box is 6, but I'm a little bit confused about the width. I have a 7 here, which is this entire width of the entire composite figure, and I have the width of the back box, which is 3. Well, this is where we have to think. If I know the width of the entire composite shape is 7, and I know the width of this part is 3, then I know that the width of the front box has to be the difference between 7 and 3, which is 4. So the width of just this part of the box is going to be 4 inches. Let me say that again in case you weren't paying attention. The width of the entire composite shape is 7. The width of this part is 3. So this part has to be the difference between the entire width of 7 and this part, which is 3. So that's going to give us a width of 4 inches for our front box. So I'm going to do 4 times 6 times 4. So 4 times 6 is 24, and 24 times 4 is going to be what, 96? Let's work that out to be sure. 24 times 4. 4 times 4 is 16. 4 times 2 is 8. Plus 1 makes 96. Yes, 96 inches cubed. All right, so to find the entire volume of the composite shape, I add together the 96 inches cubed with the 132 inches cubed to get the total volume of, let's see, 6 and 2 make 8, 9 and 3 make 12, carry my 1, 1 and 1 makes 2. 228 inches cubed for the volume of this composite shape. I hope that helps. Let me know whatever questions that you have. Today, your task, I believe, is to work on the study guide. So this is what you're going to be working on today. When you get finished, there's an answer key that's been provided. If you have specific questions besides the last two that we need to go over, write down what numbers you're struggling with, and we'll make a video or we'll talk about it in the Google Meet. I'll see you at 10. Bye.